YouTube and welcome to episode 29 of Summer Shredding. Now, today is a Sunday, so that means we're going to be hitting chest and tries. But first of all, I wanted to go over a few things and just introduce the video a little bit. So obviously you're going to be going over chest and tries. Also I'm going to be talking about fruit in this video. I got a question asked to me the other night and I think it's very important that people understand what it does. So I'll get into that in a second. So, fruit. The common misconception with fruit is that it's healthy. And don't get me wrong, it is. But the macros on it aren't so great. Now let me explain a little bit why. But first I'm going to go into different types of carbohydrates and things so that you get a little bit of an aspect on what I'm talking about. So with carbohydrates you have a scale of them. So in this end is the high GI or high glycemic index. In this end you've got the low GI and the low glycemic index. Now depending on where they sit in this scale is how quickly your body will use them up. So a low GI would be something along the lines of a sweet potato, rice, and as you go up you get your potatoes, your pastas, and all the way up to something like Haribos, which are used up instantly by the body and give you a massive sugar rush. Now what this sugar rush is doing is using up all the sugars, because that's essentially all carbohydrates are different types of sugars. So a sugar rush is how quickly they're used up. So by eating something low GI, you're keeping your fuel at a slow, steady pace for a long period of time, whereas high GI, you're basically hitting the gas and saying, okay, I need you now to work. So these all have their role in weight loss and bulking. They're both efficient. So having a low GI will keep you fuller for longer, and your body will be able to use its sources in there for longer without it turning to fat. However, spiking, having a sugar rush, will benefit you in different ways. Now let me talk a little bit about that now. Now spiking with sugar rush affects your insulin. So insulin is, it helps you digest your food. It's also the most powerful growth hormone in the human body. Lots of people will supplement this, i.e. inject it into their bodies for a bodybuilding competition because it's that powerful. They will use it alongside with testosterone or something. So insulin, if you can control your own insulin levels, you're in for a winner. Now, what does insulin do? Insulin will do two things. First of all, it will control your metabolic rate, in a way. That's quite a bold statement, but it will do it in a sense that if your insulin levels are quite low, you'll stay less hungry for a longer period of time. Hence low GI, your insulin levels will stay like that because the insulin levels aren't being spiked and aren't thinking, holy god, I've got a load to use up. Whereas high GI, you'll probably get hungrier quite quickly due to your insulin levels. Now insulin, as I say, is a growth hormone. So what it does is it basically goes, I'm going to make this really basic here and say, okay, I need all your carbs into that muscle now. I need you to go fix that now. We've got an issue. So the quicker you can spike that, i.e. with a high GI type of food, the quicker your muscles are going to start to repair and grow. If you're not working out, you can ignore that statement because you are not going to be in a situation where you need your muscles to grow that fast or repair. All a high GI will do will spike your insulin and make that sugar turn into fat a lot faster. So where does fruit fall into this? Now you've got ones, fruit generically is high GI. You've got some that are a little bit lower like a banana and things, but generically they're high, and the higher they are, often the better they taste. So for example, a peach is very high, an apple is pretty high, an orange is very high. So what do we do with those? Why are they considered healthy? Well, it's because of all the vitamins that you get in them. An orange has a very high amount of vitamin C, etc., etc. So the vitamins are an important part in it, especially, and natural sugars aren't necessarily to be lost. You don't really want to lose them. It's just the timings of them in a weight loss or a weight gain as well is going to be important. So when should I eat them? Eating fruit around your workout, and when I say around, I mean before, during, and immediately after is the ideal time to do it. Now you'll see me, I will have, on a bulking season this is anyway, when I've got carbs to use up and throw away like there's nobody's business, I'll have banana in the middle of my workout and then an orange at the end along with a protein shake. Now what this will do is, a banana is slightly lower, so it will spike my insulin, but not by much. It will give me some fuel in my muscles. It will replenish the glycogen levels in your muscles, which is your immediate fuel source in the muscle, and it will help it grow and things. I'll get into that in another video. It will replenish your glycogen resources, give you some more energy to work with, and start the repair while you're still working out. So say, for example, I'm doing chest and biceps, or chest and triceps. On a bulking season, I'll do chest, eat a banana, then do triceps. Gives me some room to work with. Then the reason why I'll have something like an orange immediately after, lots of people will actually have sweets, but I think fruit's better because you get the vitamins for it. Also, you'll see in a lot of old school bodybuilding videos, even pumping iron, for example, people will be having an orange after the gym. But what it will do is, as soon as you put that, it's going to spike your insulin levels. Now you're thinking, no, that's bad, that's not good. You just explained that that's not a good thing. Well, spiking your insulin levels immediately after a workout is essentially sticking growth hormone in your body and pushing it through into the muscles, making your muscles repair faster and grow quicker. So you're having a protein shake and an orange, you're in for a winner, because you're going to have a lot of protein extra in your body, you're going to have carbs that are going to be used to replenish it, and your insulin's going to be spiked to then go into the muscles. So your body's going to soak up all of that nutrients almost immediately. So fruit does have its place. However, I heard the other day that on Slimming World diet is considered a free food. Now it took me a while to understand what that means, but basically it means that you can eat as much as you like of it when you like of it. Now I think, okay, Slimming World does work for people. It works for people that are a lot larger than a lot of people. However, I'm not sure how that would work with everyone else, because by doing that, on a weight loss, you want to try and keep your insulin as level as possible. It will make it easier for you to not feel as hungry. It will give you a slow, steady weight loss. And then when you do spike it, your muscles will expand, and the sources that you've got of fat will then be lost into your muscle growth, which hence carb cycling. I'm not quite confident enough to talk about that yet. I don't know too much about it, so I'm not going to talk about that. But that's basically the premise of carb cycling. Now, to have fruit as a free food, throughout the day, your insulin levels are going to go. They're going to be like this. They're going to be all over the place. So your body's not sure whether to feel hungry, whether to feel full, whether to use it. And what essentially it's going to do is it's going to go, your body, especially in a weight loss or in a surplus, it's going to go, okay, I've got this, I'm going to store that because I might need it later. So the sugars that you've just put into your body are now going to be stored as fat around your body. Now, that's okay, because in Slimming World, and I'm not being derogatory, I'm just talking generically of what I think, they're usually the larger ladies or the larger guys that need to stop eating pizza and eat fruit instead. Which, okay, that's great for a very short-term goal. But if you want to change that short-term goal into a long-term goal, maybe turn from that 20-odd stone fat guy into a 11-stone skinny dude with abs, or like even, I mean, with all that weight behind you, the likelihood is that a lot of that's going to turn into muscle, so you're going to be probably jacked about 13 stone. with abs and everything, then I would time your food a lot better. There's also the fruit idea can also work more intensely when you use sweets, because you'll notice that if you're on a low-fat diet, sweets seem quite appealing because they've not really got much fat in them. But if you time them right around your workout, you'll probably allow them, because, as I say, it will spike your insulin levels, get you growing, and get that fat that you're losing used, rather than just getting it off of you. We're going to turn it into muscle at the same time. That way, when you take all the fat off, your physique's going to look a lot better than it would if you just lost the weight. Anyway, there's a little insight on fruit. I hope that made sense. If not, if you've got any comments, please leave them in the description box down the bottom. I'm going to get dressed and go to the gym and hit some chest. So I'll speak to you guys. So guys, I'm just about to go off to the gym. Now, I will say that again, is if you didn't quite get it or didn't quite grasp what I was saying, I am open to any questions. You can either leave a comment down below, you can email me at iGPSFitness@gmail.com. I will respond as soon as I can, hopefully either that day or the day after, or just when I'm free. I'm not going to short you off any information. Everything I do here is completely like, just because I want everyone to know, I want everyone to change their lifestyle. It's not because I want to make a bit of cash or whatever. I'm not going to charge you if you ask me a question, basically. So any questions, email me, at me on Twitter, leave a comment, Instagram, whatever is all there available for you to find on my channel. Please go ask me a question, basically. Anyway, I'm going to go off to the gym and I'll speak to you guys a little bit later.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd fall to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you. I remember you.
My session was terrible, let's put it that way. Let's just get it out of the way. My week, I feel so damn weak today. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I've just been, yesterday I used up most of my calories on my smoothie, so I'm regretting doing that. What I'm going to do now is I've counted my lunch, but I'm going to have a few extra bits to it, so I'm going to have like a hot cross bun or something, just for some instant carbs I've literally just got in. So my weight should go up tomorrow. If it doesn't, I'll be impressed. But I'm having pasta with tuna, which I've counted, so there's not much of that. I've had a Quest bar as well. I've got a Monster, which I'm not counting. Then I'm going to have probably a hot cross bun and some form of roll or something, just because I need to get some carbs back into me. I'm feeling so weak, and when you feel like that, you really need to get something in you to make you sort of go, hey, because it can go mentally. Mentally, I'm feeling crap. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and thinking, I don't want to do this anymore. So you need to get something in you to do it. It's not a matter of, I don't want to do this because I don't want the results or anything like that. It's not going to stop me. But it's like, I'm constantly needing food. It's not like wanting, like where I'm like, okay, I could eat something. It's a need at the moment, so I need a refeed. It'll get my leptin levels higher, which is basically, in the long run, it'll do me good. So I'm gonna go eat some stuff and not count it, which is really weird. But I'm gonna go do that. So I'll speak to you guys afterwards. You can hear the kettle, so I'm gonna wander off. I'm just making myself a green tea, and I got bed hair. So anyway, as you can probably tell from bed hair, I just had a sleep. All that food absolutely killed me. So it's surprising how little I can eat now. I used to be able to demolish so much food. Now I'm sort of a bit of a wimp when it comes to demolishing food. But what did I have? I had muesli, but this is extra to what I was going to have, like a track. So I had a muesli bar extra. I had 3 hot cross buns. I had, what else did I have? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I've been asleep for about, I've been asleep for a long time. So I went to sleep about 11 o'clock, and if we have a look just there, that's the time now. So what I'm going to do is, my videos still haven't uploaded from the other day, so I'm waiting for those to upload. I'm not going to upload more than 2 at once. So one's almost done, and then the other one's uploading at the same time. I think that's something like 20%. I don't know why it's taking so long. I think the files are just huge, so I'm going to have to look into that and possibly just have small, short videos, which I guess will make it easier for you guys to watch. So I'll look into that and figure that one out myself. What I'm going to do now is do a little bit more financy stuff, have a cup of green tea, and I think that's pretty much it. So anyway, I'll speak to you guys. Anyway guys, ended today. Not much more interesting is going to happen, so I'm going to just cut it here. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you learned a little bit about fruit and things and the way carbs work. I'm gonna just go and have a nap. I think I'm absolutely exhausted. So I'll speak to you guys tomorrow morning, maybe afternoon, depending on what happens. I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.